I mean, it's showtime. Hey, everybody. How are you? I did. No, I'm not. I did it because it's time to go live. It's the showtime. How are you? Boom. I got to make sure I'm closing that off there. So it said time to go live, and I went live. How's everybody doing? Hello. Let's see. How are you guys doing? Hey, Gear. Hey, Jake. Hey, Broke Cowgirl. Hey, Rebecca Davis. Hey, everybody. Eric is coming in. He actually walked back out for a second. He had to go. No, you need to come back in here because I have to go run out real quick. How's everybody doing tonight? It is cold here in Texas. I know we always start talking about the weather, but it's been cold here. We got the fire going right behind us. It's been rolling all day. Well, it's been rolling part of the day, and then it started kind of wearing out a little bit. Hey, how are you? Jim and Ange, Adventure on the Homestead. Let's see who else is here. You were 3.5 seconds late. Haha. I actually, the second it said you were live, like it was counting down up in the corner over here, right? Over there somewhere. I actually clicked it and said go live. Eric was not ready yet. He was like, I'm coming. I'm like, I know, but I need to go live because Gear Grinding is always razzing us and how to make sure. Hey, Mike, how are you? Mike from Vision Acres is in here.
What's going on, everybody?
I haven't washed Eric's shirts, and so he's not wearing his.
Here, well, why don't you do this? Since
Thomas Land Ranch shirt. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Here.
Oh, we don't have good audio. He's going to make our audio look better. Sorry.
Take that. That's why you're supposed to wait for Big Poppy to come in here and not just start doing things on your own.
Aw, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lisa, take your time, girl. It's fine. Lisa took a spill. Did you hear?
Lisa from Yogi Hollow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric has to make an entrance. Yeah. So Lisa took a spill the other day. She was taking food out to go give to her pigs. Hey, Tim, how are you? Tim's here too. She was taking food out to the pigs, and Sherman kind of got under her legs and kind of got her all twisted, and she fell and snagged her elbow on a rock. Yeah, that bunny is gonna jump out. Snagged her elbow on a rock. She has 5 stitches. She had to go to the ER and get 5 stitches.
What?
Yeah.
Lisa, listen to me now. I gotta say this.
She's gone. She said she'll be back in a few minutes. So you're gonna
remind me when she comes back.
I'll
I need to have a little chat with her.
Chat with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. The baby. That's right. Lisa, you can't be falling when you're pregnant like that.
You can't be falling when you're pregnant.
You can't be falling when you have a baby.
When you retire, you can't be going to the hospital. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, then you got COVID at the hospital. You don't want to go there for that.
Yeah, you don't want to go there and get that big old C thing. The COVID. You can't say it all the time.
Why can't you say it?
Yeah. Hey, Gigi, how are you? Yeah, Lisa said, look, Adventures Home said,
real quick.
Lisa's out there dancing with the pigs.
Why
She's out there chilling.
Why can't you say COVID?
You just don't say it a lot because people don't like talking about it because they'll be pulling your videos and tagging your videos, flagging it. Don't say it.
And they're going to not pay us for the video?
No, it's not about that. It's about them taking things down. They can take things down. I don't want them to take our videos down. I want them to stay up. You want them to take our channel because we're stupid and saying stupid things? Don't say stupid things.
Well, I didn't create it. I'm not the creator.
Mm-hmm. Don't talk smack about it.
If I was the creator of this said issue, then...
Code word, Eric. Code word. Exactly.
Code word, Eric? Is that the code word for the...
No, not the code word. Hey, okay. Dave, how are you? Texas Carnivore's here.
Texas Carnivore in the house.
Not really. He's not in the house right now. He's at his house, keeping warm over there.
So I was watching.
Yeah, got to go to Jake's channel to say that stuff. You want to say something crazy, go down the rabbit hole with Jake.
Yeah.
On Wednesday nights. He's been going live. Is it Wednesday nights he's been hanging out live?
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Down the rabbit hole.
Adventures on the
China. LOL.
Wait, is that the code word?
Code word China. Don't say that either. I don't know what you're allowed to say.
What are you allowed to say?
I don't know.
We need to start a
list of words. Do not say these words.
No. The opposite will be easier. The list of words. Uncle Al, how are you?
Hey.
The list of words that you're allowed to say things.
That's a good idea.
You know that microphone picks up all that ice.
Sorry. My ice over here.
Rookie.
I'll enjoy my
you don't
iced beverage.
You don't drink iced beverage when you're on a live.
Cinnamon vanilla. That's it right there. Cinnamon vanilla is the code word. Yeah, probably not the best code word. Not China. That's probably not the best one. Oh, I'm just laughing.
Why are you
Cinnamon
laughing?
vanilla is. I like that. Cinnamon vanilla. Yeah, that's it.
I've heard definitely some very creative ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think one guy was referring to it as Vaseline. I thought that was kind of neat. Gray Man from I keep wanting to call it like Compton or whatever, but you know what I'm talking about.
Camp Hatton. Yes,
Camp
Gil.
Hatton. There you go. Gil.
Gil from Camp Hatton. Yes, family compound.
He calls it the Red Dragon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Maybe not nice. Maybe that's not nice, actually. It's probably a bad thing that he calls it that, because that probably has bad implications too.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, the AIs pick up everything. Yes, I know, right?
See, that's the thing now. I don't know.
Yeah, no drinks on the live, Eric. Put the tumbler down. You know the microphone picks up when you're...
No, the drinks are okay. See, listen.
What you have to understand is Eric has several drinks here. He has 2 drinks over here. He has the warm beverage drink and then the cold beverage drink. I, on the other hand, only have some ice water that I brought over.
Well, first of all, that's not funny.
Code word Uncle Eddie.
Uncle Eddie.
Okay.
Is that from Christmas Story?
Christmas Story.
I mean, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, Monica's been watching Preppers. I have. I watched a lot last night. I watched a lot of stuff last night. Watched Jake go down the rabbit hole, circle it up a little bit. There was some good conversation on there, though. That's going to be one that I'm going back to watch again. There's a lot of really good conversation last night over at 90 Texas on the Back 20. If you're looking for information on medicinal herbs and just some different ways to have your house prepped and ready. Some things you can get.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. It was on my list of things to talk about tonight.
Oh, I didn't see that list.
I know, because you don't look at the list that I send you every week.
Did you send me this list?
It's actually an updated list. As I update it, you get notifications.
I don't get that notification. Check my phone.
Bet you don't.
Check my phone. I don't.
Here, let me see.
Oh, Gear says it's not normal to have 2 drinks going at once. I must always have a glass of water and a cup of soda. No, we do not have. I do not. I don't have notifications. You can check, but I don't have any notifications.
Where's your?
It says I almost have it. Yeah. See. Yeah. Soda's not good for you. I made water kefir. You should try water kefir or water kefir. Kefir. I don't know how to say it. I say
it's kefir. Right here. It's literally right here.
But you didn't get. I didn't get a notification for that.
I pulled it up and it literally pops up everything that I've written you.
He pulled something off, but I didn't get a notification for this, and that's what he said. I got a notification. I didn't get a notification.
Did you turn notifications off?
No, I get all my notifications.
Monica,
you can see right here, tons of notifications. Boom, boom. No, not that. Tons of notifications. You can see them right there. I never got a notification that there was a new note.
Read your business.
Oh, there's one right there. I just got one just now. Look, right now.
Wow.
It just says right now. I just got a notification for him updating. So he obviously didn't do it earlier.
We're so glad that everybody decided to come in here and listen to us banter for a few minutes.
I know Eric will never get through his story.
It's because I haven't had a chance to start it. So it's, technically.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yogi's here.
Yeah.
Yogi,
Lisa's here.
Lisa, we wanted to talk to you for a few minutes. This is a pretty serious conversation.
This is Eric's conversation.
While you were gone, you missed out, but Monica was informing me that you fell and injured yourself.
She didn't miss out. She's the one that got the stitches and stuff.
Well, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay.
The missing out part was the conversation. Anyway, so Monica told me that you slipped and fell. We're so sorry to hear about that, but you do need to be careful, carrying a precious life that you don't want to slip and fall and hurt you or the baby.
Oh my gosh.
So
you're going to be getting some baby shower gifts from Jake and Ann. Ann's just going to be sending you stuff.
We should send some stuff. We should send like bibs and things that
she could use it for Ryan maybe if he gets a little he a little loopsy.
Wow.
He's not been feeling good lately.
Does he have
he's under the weather?
Does he have the red dragon?
We're not talking about that.
The
That's not my business. He's just been a little under the weather. Okay. I know what's happening, but that's not my job to tell people.
You just did.
I'm not going to say nothing about it.
You told everybody's business.
I just said he wasn't feeling good.
Okay.
He wasn't feeling good.
Anyway.
She was out in the pig pen performing Thriller on 1 inch of ice. That's pretty much it. You know how she does. She loves her.
Well, no, what I'll say, though, is that's not her type of music. She needs something a little bit more.
Look, Jake said he's getting the box together now. Getting this baby box together for Lisa over at Yogi Hollow. Hey, Robert, how are you? Hey, Leanne at Midnight Farmhouse.
So glad that you guys were able to join us tonight.
Sherman came up between my legs, let's see, and pushed to get his feed, knocked me on my butt. Yeah. My favorite is that when she was showing pictures of that on Facebook and Instagram, people were like, well, that thing needs to be dinner. And she's like, no, that's my breeder pig. It's okay. Pigs do that. It's an accident. He's not dinner yet. It wasn't intentional. It was completely operator error. Sorry, Lisa. Just that's what happens when we're adults and we're out there and the pigs get excited and they want their food. And unfortunately it happens. I've gotten knocked down before.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, especially when you start dealing with heavier breeds.
Hey, how are you? Who is it? GT Junior grows in Alaska. Hello, how are you tonight?
How are you? I just saw them actually, I think over at Rochelle's.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See,
what?
Ryan has the cinnamon vanilla.
See, we didn't use that one.
I love that.
Anyway,
I didn't say what it was. I said it was like under the weather.
Sometimes when you have larger breeds like that, let me tell you a funny story here.
Larger breeds. Sherman's like, yeah, he's the most gentle pig we have. He's my gentle giant. Yeah, he is a big dude though. I mean, he's not like a big guy like ours.
No, but it's still big because when you're dealing with 100, even if it's 100 pounds of moving, and pigs are just basically muscle anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'll tell you this story. This was a funny story, and I'm going to actually get through it. Monica's not going to distract me. She's not going to start saying hi to people in the middle of my story.
I am.
Well, don't. Can you not?
No.
Okay, she's trying to distract me. I'm not going to fall for it. So this was a few years back.
Hi, Jamie.
Hey. She's funny, by the way.
I know. I like
You're
her.
Trying to distract me. It's not going to work.
I like their channel. Mad Acre Farm. Go check it out, guys. Really funny. I like them.
All right.
I like most of y'all anyway.
Stop distracting me.
Sherman's 200 pounds, FYI. Go ahead.
Anyway, so Monica and I, we were at a doubleheader. Remember? Doubleheader baseball for Luke, a.k.a. Flavortown.
Yeah.
And in between games, Monica and I decided we were going to go pick up some breeder pigs. And so they were show pigs. And we had asked them, do we need to be worried about, loading them up, or we'll be fast, because we didn't want to miss, the second game, but there was like enough time where we could get there and get back. So of course, like any other livestock animal, when you go to move them, what do? They don't move.
Nope.
Yeah, these were show pigs. I mean, they got marched around
Be safe while you're driving.
They got marched around the arena on a regular basis. They got trained with the little stick thing where they tap them on one side and they go that way, And so this older gentleman was like, no, we'll get them loaded up, no problem.
He's telling this story because it's funny to him.
No, this is funny. So anyway,
because he watched this.
I watched.
He didn't live this.
I wish I would have had my camera rolling at that point, because that would have been alive. That would have went viral for sure. Okay. Anyway, so the boy pig gets up in the trailer.
Too bad you didn't start doing YouTube in 2016 when I told you to anyway. Would have had that one on video.
You're still trying to distract me, and I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it.
Just saying.
Anyway, the male pig gets up in there, the boar. He climbs right up in the trailer. No problem at all. The female comes around, and now she took a little bit more enticing, so the guy had to go get a bucket of corn.
Hey, Old Sweets Farm, how are ya?
He brings the bucket out. The sow is starting to follow him, and they get up a little bit closer, and Monica was like right behind this sow. And as she realized that we were trying to get her in this trailer, this old girl turned around and took off running right towards Monica, went right between her legs.
Which would have been fine if I was like 6 foot, but I'm not. I'm 5'3.5". I get the half.
And this was a fully grown pig now.
Yeah.
So as she's running through between Monica's legs, it automatically lifts Monica's legs up, or feet off the ground about 2 or 3 inches. All I could see was her little toes like hanging down, and she looked like a rodeo
clown.
There you go. Yeah. I'm glad you said it. Anyway, this sow is running the other direction. Monica's facing towards her hind end. And you could just see the fear in her eyes. It was so funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
And I was trying not to laugh, but I couldn't help it. I did laugh a little bit. It was good fun.
Good fun. Coming next week, I'll tell you all about when Eric got thrown 25 million feet in the air off of his horse because he wanted to ride it bareback because he's a real cowboy. Yeehaw. I would have loved to seen him say yeehaw while he was being thrown in the air. Eric will just be jealous when he sees my first aid kit video tomorrow when he sees why injury scored me. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was actually going to talk about that too.
The first aid kit.
Lisa over at Yogi Hollow Farm.
Mhm.
Why don't you say something about that since you know a little bit more about
I
it?
don't remember the hashtag exactly. Would you put the
Okay.
hashtag in there for me, Lisa? And we'll put it up on the screen. It's a longer hashtag because it's not just like first aid kit. It's like farm first aid. It's like farm first aid kit, but I think it's more than farm first aid kit. Anyway, so Lisa over Yogi Hollow Farm has encouraged people to share what their first aid kit looks like. You don't have to just be a homestead or a farm. I mean, it's just one of those things that what does your first aid kit look like? What does your first aid kit look like on your farm, your homestead, or your channel in general? Especially people that live further away from locations where you can't necessarily get to the urgent care, the ER, or whatever, in a timely manner. So we'll be putting out a video, hopefully Monday of next week, with our video on that because we wanted to join in that collaboration.
She'll forget it.
No, I won't forget. I've actually already got it on my list. I'm doing a video tomorrow on canning. That'll be out tomorrow morning. I've got to work on that tonight. But that's already been done. It just needs to be finished. And my first aid kit video. Yeah. What's in your farm first aid kit? I assume it was before that.
Okay. So there it is on the screen. And
yeah, join in. That'd be great.
Yeah. Why don't you go check that out? Because the reason why I was thinking about this is because I'm also working on a video.
Mm-hmm.
So some people know, some people don't. We shoot all of our videos off of a phone.
Look, kids freaked out when they saw your new beard.
Distracting.
I'm sorry. What, you have a video you're working on?
Anyway, yes, I'm working on a video with one of our sows we've been having some issues with. It'll be coming out soon. I'll probably drop it off. Monica's not got one ready to go. So we have some different things on the table. We shoot everything on an iPhone.
Hey,
and
Susie.
So we get to share those, and we see like different pieces of videos and all the editing and stuff like that. But anyway, I was riding home today. I was thinking about, so again, shameless plug for Monica and Yogi Hollow that's in here. They do round the hay bale every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time.
Yep.
And it's like a morning show. It's pretty cool. Well, this past week they were talking about preparedness, and there was definitely some really good ideas. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, you can check it out on iTunes, Google Play. Is it Google Play?
You can go to Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, or Spotify, and it's actually available there for, listening to in your vehicle, or maybe you're out in the garden just sitting there crying because it's too cold to plant anything, or not that that's what I'm doing. It's too cold to go outside and cry. I'll cry
you
inside.
You go outside to cry?
No, I'll just cry from the window as I'm looking at the garden. Anyway. Yeah, no, I think it's a good thing and good thing to listen to. Yeah, I'm gonna get up in a second and go get some more because my water is almost gone. Anyway,
that means I get a chance.
You get a chance to talk for a second, but no, thank you for saying that because it's an awesome. It was a good episode of us chatting about things and
here. Can you get me some more coffee?
Sharing what you. No, you have plenty of coffee. I can feel it.
I need it.
You got plenty. He's got plenty of coffee.
It's not hot.
Anyway, yeah, definitely go check it out. It's awesome. Oh, Always Gardening and Prepping says all her videos are shot on her phone too. See? Boom. All right, go do your thing. Oh, look, Barbara Forge is here. Hey, Troy. They just hit 1,000.
Yes, I was going to get on that too. Here, seriously.
No, seriously.
No, seriously, warm this up.
Seriously.
Woman, please help a brother out. Seriously. Okay. All right. Well, while Monica's gone, now I get to say whatever I want to say. It's going to be so great. Anyway, the reason why I was thinking about she took it down already, the first aid kit was because on this video that I'm putting together, we started having problems with one of our sows. And after watching the talk show with Monica and the ladies, and then starting to put that video together, I started to think about how just by knowing what she knows about first aid, and she doesn't have any kind of like first aid background or medical background, I guess I should say. So this was all just instinctual from the things that she's read and studied and just her own research, where she just went inside and started getting some remedies. And, sometimes it's imperative to be able to know what to do and how to do it, especially when, as she said, you're away from people. But when you start having livestock, if you can't get to the vet or it's after hours, and in some cases, like Lisa from Yogi Hollow was talking about, that when she had a problem with one of her pigs, she couldn't get the vet out. Nobody would come see him or was available for them to take to the vet. So anyway, I say all that to say that it just started making me think about all of the necessity for us to make sure that we have what we need, not just for our animals, but also for us, because you just never know when something's going to happen. So anyway, but that was a really good episode. If you all haven't had a chance to go check it out, Round the Hay Bale is where you can find it. And it's not around, it's just round the hay bale. They're trying to be country, I think is what's happening. But anyway, go over there and check that out, because with the panel, there was a lot of really, really good ideas. I think one of the ones that really stuck out to me was the use of old socks. Not throwing them away. Of course, you want to clean them, but the use of socks that usually have holes in them, being able to, cut off the other end and be able to use it to put over an injury of some sort to keep the dust and the dirt out. And especially down here in Texas, we know all about the dust and dirt. It's especially in the summertime. If you go outside when it's dark and you have a flashlight and just kind of shine it off in the distance, you will see just particles, thousands of particles just kind of floating by. So anyway, Daz, so glad that you're in here. Really appreciate that. Appreciate you coming in here. Let's see, what is this? National shortage of livestock, animals, veterinarians, or maybe it's just in my area. Yeah, I don't know necessarily about the vets, obviously, but what I will say is, from a livestock perspective, I think that a lot of people right now are scared of the shortage of food. And so because of that, it's kind of causing people to hold back what they have. I know that for myself with the cows, rabbits, I'm not so concerned about. Some of the chicks and ducks. Can you tell them?
Yeah.
Some of the chicks and ducks I'm not worried about either, because we can incubate those. That's one of Monica's favorite pastimes, to bring as many birds into the house as possible. But as far as livestock, like the larger animals, cows, pigs, that is something that's on my mind every time one drops. It's kind of strange, but it's like, like with the cows, every time one is dropped, I think to myself, is that one I want to add to my herd, one that I want to sell, or one that I want to eat? And that's just part of homestead life. I'd like to have a way to, I wish we didn't have to do that, obviously, but that is the way it is. And so, yes, thank you, Troy. Troy mentioned that you're trying to interrupt from the kitchen. Yes, thank you for recognizing that, Troy. Appreciate that. So, yeah, so that's great. I'm to think, what you want to keep and what you want to sell or give away, or whatever the case may be, barter. But I know that for sure, when we first started trying to supplement our food bill with raising our own meat, we were, in the back of our mind, we knew that if something didn't work, or if we ran out, we always had the grocery store down the road. And since we started raising our own meat for a period of time, that's not on my mind at all anymore. It's not the grocery stores down the road. It's, we have to find a way to raise our own food, or we don't eat it. And that's just the way it is. So thank you again for everybody coming in here. I'll make a quick announcement while Monica's out. If you haven't had a chance yet, hit that thumbs up. Also, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe here, please do so. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram as well, if you haven't had a chance to do that. All of it is under Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Thank you, my love. I see something in the chat as well, that Leanne is just short of 2,000. That's Mennonite Farmhouse. If you haven't had a chance yet to go check her out, she's got some amazing cooking videos Really great. Get a chance, go check her out for sure. And by the way, if you're also new in here and you don't know, anybody that wants a link, and I think we're going to try something a little bit different tonight. All the mods, maybe you don't have to feel inclined to drop a link for every person that's in here. If it's somebody new, do so. Outside of that, if you want your link dropped, just reach out to one of the mods there, and then they can set your link there for you. But and always feel free to talk about your channel in here. It's not for us. It's not taboo or anything like that. If you want to talk about your channel, talk about it. We're all here to help support each other. So doggone it, let's do it. All right. So this has been really great, having myself to be able to finish my thoughts and not being interrupted. So really appreciate that. Let's see.
What's wrong? You're running out of things to talk about?
Mother-in-law wanted to go to vet school in the 60s, but felt the pressure of it being a man's field, but she is excellent at animal care. You know, it's funny that I feel like some career paths are actually better suited for one or the other. Honestly, sometimes I think about that, like for sure, doctors. I feel like women are typically much more gentle. You know, they don't come in and, you know, I don't know. It's just the way I feel. Right, wrong, or indifferent. But I have some of the vets that we use are females, and I'll tell you, they're just as good as the men. And it's amazing down here where we live, all the vets that we use are really, really just very compassionate. They are all about helping you know how to treat your own animals. I cannot tell you how many times our vet has explained to us or trained us or showed us how to put shots in, where to put the shots. A lot of the videos that you see me do with the cattle is information that I've learned from either the vet himself or one of his assistants. And it's never been, you know, one of those things like, hey, man, let me talk to you back over here away from the vet. It's any question you have, feel free to ask the vet. And, you know, so I don't know. I think sometimes I feel like sometimes living out in the country is like that. People are a little bit more inclined to help.
I think that it's about making sure that you use your voice and you ask. Back in Maryland, yeah. So we have a lot of people in here, almost to 1,000, by the way. Old ways gardening and prepping.
Ooh,
by the way, that's really hot. You asked me to heat up. I did that. Yogi Hollow is really close as well.
Yogi Hollow's almost at 1,000?
She's close. She's in like 900, I think.
All right. Nice. Way to do it.
There's a lot of people that are close to 1,000. So check them out. Get over there. Wait, is my Aussie garden in here?
Yes, he is.
Did Dad's come in here? Hey, man, how you doing?
Sheesh.
Anyway.
Slow down.
No, it's Shishi. It's Shishi. That is Tommy Duncan's. Yeah, see? Pastime 84. It's his wife. Sheila.
Okay.
It's Sheila. Wait, you're listening. You're driving us back from Oklahoma. Ooh.
Yes.
Nice.
What do you want us to talk about? Would you rather Monica not talk?
What are they in Oklahoma for? I didn't see any videos on that.
I don't know.
I've been watching his
That's
videos. He raises quail. I am so excited because I've been watching that. I've been watching what he's been doing too. Anyway, so yeah, I think back to the vet thing. I think it's important for us to use our voices and remember to ask. Living in a suburban area, you know, a little bit more city, or, you know, just not as country feel. And not as countrified as, yeah, that's awesome. Yay.
No, read it.
Oh, 525. Who cares?
No.
That's awesome.
She said they're 525 away from 1,000.
That's okay. Good job. That means they're almost at 500. That's awesome. See?
It was funny. I liked it. That was good.
Oh, that's funny, Daz. So, you only came on because you thought it was Lisa. That's okay. You can go back and hang laundry now. It's fine. He said, I thought it was smart. I was waiting for Lisa. So he's like, okay, cool. And he's like, oh, shoot, it's just Monica and Eric. Forget it. Okay. So anyway, no, what I was thinking is, you know, if we use our
you
voice,
ever want to get this story out?
I am. If we use our voices and remember to ask, because coming from the city and going to the country, I feel like I can finally ask more for the help. And hey,
G, Mama grows.
Anyway, I know I can ask
How do you
those
like
questions
that when
now.
people talk over
I can
you?
just ignore you because I have literally children that do that to me all day. I do not care. You know, I have a bigger voice. I feel like I have a bigger voice since I've lived in the country, and I don't know if I can get much bigger than my voice. I'm pretty loud. That's awesome. So the thing is that when you live in the country versus living in the city, sometimes the vets are different in general, and being able to actually ask the questions and feel comfortable asking the questions is a big difference. There are vets that I've had here since moving to Texas that are in the city that don't do the large animals, and they're not as kind. That's so rude. But they weren't as nice to me. They only do the smaller animals, which is totally fine. But you don't have to be ugly. Like, you don't have to be ugly about it. Be nice. But I feel like there's such a compassionate heart that these large animal vets really do encompass. And I think it's part of it because they realize that a lot of these farmers don't have the funds because they're not taking little princess and her little basket with her little done up little shoes and her little cape and all her stuff. They're not taking if you bring your dog in a basket with little shoes on and a little outfit and a little crown, them people are going to be charging you extra. Okay. That vet's like, load them up with stuff. But here I am bringing my cow in with or my pig in with a prolapsed, urethra or whatever. And
uterus,
whatever it was that was prolapsed. And
you can prolapse that?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Anyway, they know you don't have as much money as
science class. That sounds interesting.
Small animal vets generally are not as kind to large animal owners. I've definitely noticed that.
One thing I'll say
it's unfortunate, but I've noticed that, and that's so sad because I really have vets I prefer. And hey, Andale.
Hello.
So
yeah. One thing that Troy said,
I'm just messing with the little shoe thing because Casey's not on here right now. I don't think. Did Casey come in yet?
No.
Okay, Casey from Ormsby Farms. He has this little dog. Her name's Destiny. And she is such a diva. She wears little shoes and matching little outfits. She's so cute. He says she already got her little cowgirl hat for when she moves to the country.
Well, I'll say though that we could probably do something like that with Diddy.
We totally could.
It's our Longhorn bottle calf. Yeah. I mean, he's a year old now, but the other day, this was so stupid. I was in the feed house, right? This joker was coming. I had to basically grab him by the horns and wrestle
and spin him around.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, even small pet animal vets are going out of business in my area. And that's hard.
Well, one thing I'll say too, Troy had mentioned it earlier about the vets being overworked, and I will agree with that 100%.
Oh my gosh.
And that is that when we go to our vet, now I don't know what it's like during the week, but they basically, unless it's an emergency, they don't see large animals except for on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's one day.
Yeah.
And we've been there, and the vet is trying to run between, I'll say, domesticated animals.
Yeah, there you go.
They're running in there, taking care of a few animals. They're coming outside, trying to rush through.
During the week, they have surgeries for those, for the domesticated, for the dogs and the cats and the bunnies and whatever,
Hamsters, gerbils.
Oh my gosh, get out of town. Dad says, I'm 998, 650 away from 1 million subs. So excited.
Oh, you guys got to get over there right away and check this guy out so he can hit that million sub count.
Yeah, he's so close.
Oh my goodness.
Troy said that's awesome.
That's funny stuff right there. But anyway, yeah. So
That's the jokester. Keep him around.
I don't know how everything has been going where you all are located, but I know here we had this blast of winter that came in again. We were up in the mid 70s, almost 80, I think, the one day.
We were 74 on Friday. It was luxurious.
Yeah, and then last night, all of a sudden the temperature just dropped. And
Friday, it was last week on Fridays when it was really warm. Well, what was it? It was warm over the weekend too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been warm. Well, I'm in the evening, it's been
2 days ago.
I'll say chilly.
It was warm.
It'll get down to mid 40s or something like that. But I mean, it doesn't really matter if it gets back up to the 70s because by the time night comes around and you're in the house, you don't even know. But last night I got home. Monica was at church with the kids, so I was taking care of all the animals. And just out of nowhere, it just got really, really cold. And it didn't just get cold. Cold is one thing. And I don't care where you live.
That's naked weather, 70 degrees.
Well, okay.
According to my 5-year-old, he can go any day without a shirt. He only wears pants. The 5-year-old runs around with no shirt, no shoes, no socks, only with pants. Daz is one of the top 10,000 homestead YouTubers in Australia.
Well, you know what? And that's well deserved. Because
he should be one of the top 1,000.
Daz is really good.
10,000 is a big number. 1,000, much more. I think he should do that one. That's the one he could make it.
But yeah, anyway, so I think that the temperature is one thing, but man, I'll tell you, when the wind kicks in, And that's the thing down here in the plains is it's like nothing blocks it. It just keeps on rolling right through. I think it's two of the most windiest places in, oh my goodness.
I will never visit Leanne.
Well, she put it in Celsius.
In the cold.
Too. She didn't put it in Fahrenheit.
In the cold. Oh, she did put it in Celsius. Wait, you're in Pennsylvania. Why are you putting it in Celsius? Do that stuff to me.
Anyway. I forgot what I was going to say now. Thanks a lot.
Wow. So much for that. What were you talking about? It was good stuff.
Oh, it's the wind.
The wind.
The wind. It just, so two windiest spaces
just call me a meatsicle.
in the country are out in, I believe it's Wyoming. I think it's Cheyenne, and it's one other area. So
it's Iowa. Iowa is super cold.
The top two, windy.
And windy. No, Alicia's been without power.
Is she still without power?
Yeah. Well, without internet. Okay. So she has power, I think now. I just saw something. Is it Lisa? Is it without power or is it just internet? She hasn't had internet in an entire week. Like the entire week. It's like 5 days now with no internet.
What could you do without internet?
Not YouTube.
Wait, she's still been on YouTube. I've been watching.
She has, but very limited.
Well, either
limited.
way.
And she's having trouble with uploading videos and stuff. So
she got to go to the free Wi-Fi places down in town.
Where's she going to go? It's all iced in and snowy and stuff. She's got bad weather.
Oh, it's still icy. Well,
it's bad. It's bad weather.
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm not.
It seemed like you were yelling.
Hey, Hugo Homestead, how are you? When I left Columbia, Missouri yesterday afternoon, it was 20 degrees with 0 wind chill. It was 45 in Ohio. By the time I got home, I was 10 degrees, -5 wind chill, 8 hours. No, that's just not good. Okay, no internet. That's what it is. Hey, Emma. How are you? Oh, that's a much better picture, Emma. I love that one.
Oh, Caleb's almost at 700 subs.
Oh, Caleb's almost at 700 subs. I think that's us. We're like 4 away from 700 subs or 6. We were at 5. We went to 4, and now I think we're back to like 6 or 7. We're still far.
Yeah, we've actually determined. A lot of people shoot for 1K. What we're trying to do is stay right below 700 because we don't want to overachieve. And basically, when we start getting close, we just start canceling subscriptions.
We're just starting to cancel people.
We just cancel them out. We're like, no, we don't want to hit 700. I refuse.
Apparently, YouTube has been reading our minds then because it's like, nope, not taking it.
Because this time last week when we did our live, we were like, hey, we're only 7 away.
We're 2 away now.
How do you only grow by like, 5 subscriptions in a week? That's pathetic.
Hey, LP, how are you? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh.
Duval City Girl Gardener.
Oh, yeah, that's really, you have to say it just like that.
I did.
How are you?
Did I not say it right?
Hey, where's...
Do you think I held the A out too long?
No, I think you did good.
Okay, cool.
You did good.
Thank you. What's CB mean?
Abigail, I don't know.
Oh, Caleb Bland?
Caleb Bland.
Ah, I see what she did there.
That's what it is. Boom.
Shorten it up a little bit. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Oh, Brampton Lives. Oh, Brampton Gardner went. She was doing trivia earlier.
So we're second fiddle. Got
Danny.
it.
Hey, I was on Danny's live last night listening in while I was driving, and she was talking about going to Pryor, Wyoming. I thought she said Pryor, Oklahoma. I'm like, girl, we're only 3 hours south. She was like, what? And Lisa's over there on the phone, and I can't really see because I'm driving, right? And every now and then I look over, and Lisa's like listening, but she's kind of like looking at her phone, like, I need to check this out. She's like, where the heck do the Blands live? And so she finally speaks up. I'm like, wait, are you talking about Pryor, Oklahoma? And she was like, no. She's like, it was like Wyoming or whatever. And she was like, yeah, that's like 20 some hours from the Blands. So Lisa had to break it to us that I was wrong. Poor Danny was like, yeah, no, it's fine. No, yeah, we were all wrong. It was crazy. She said, yes, she forgot we were in Texas. I forgot I was in Texas, apparently. I didn't know what Pryor you're talking about. I was all excited. I'm like, girl, I'm so close. Yeah. So wrong.
Did you say hi to Huga already?
I said, hey to Huga.
Look, Huga. See?
Hello, Duval. Yeah, see? Okay, yeah, he said it same way.
See?
Good job.
Thank you. And I'm not a good
Pryor
reader.
Mountains in Lovell, Wyoming. The Pryor Mountains. See, I was driving. I only heard like snippets, but I was all excited. I was like, oh, and I'm voice memoing it as I'm driving. It was bad. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me of when we were looking at that lease land for hunting.
Yeah.
And we were told it was
like 2 hours away.
Yeah, it was like the city.
And then it was
what was the name of the city? Do you remember?
I don't know, but it was like 5 hours south.
Because when I acquired a little bit
Not
more,
close.
it wasn't the city, it was the county, such and such.
Yeah, you're so cute.
Anyway, So we got a lot of folks in here tonight. We really appreciate
thank
it.
you guys so much for coming in.
Yep.
I'm
Appreciate that.
drinking hot chocolate now because I've got a tickle in my throat. I don't know what that is. Not happy.
I'm ready to break a full in sweat because of this fire behind me. And,
You're the one that wanted the hot coffee to scald your mouth.
That was just in case you started getting on a long tangent. I could drink a little bit of caffeine and wake myself back up.
Yeah, right. Not buying that.
I love listening to you talk.
Not buying that. Daz, you will make your goal before you know it. Yes, 1 million subscribers. It's happening in a blink.
Let's go. Let's go.
It says, what is it? Yogi Hell, I'm still creeped out about your Alexa and mine. Something's up. What's happening with your Alexas? Oh, man, I got to hear that.
Alexa, not Alexis.
No, Alexas. Like they're joint. They're Alexa and Alexa. 2 Alexas are Alexas.
Wait, even Emma Bland is at a 700 now?
Oh, Emma's at 700. Jeez Louise. Nuh-uh, for real.
How is everybody getting 700? If we're at 700, you start kicking people out. We can't be going at 700. This cannot happen.
It's not updating on mine over here, so my computer's not working.
Let's see. We got Gardening with Bernie. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
So glad you're in here. Really appreciate
Gardening with
you.
Bernie. I'm pretty sure she's in our group for the grow off.
I'm gonna say something now. I'm a little bit embarrassed
because you don't know about the.
No, because I haven't been to any of the meetings things yet.
Well, they only had the one meeting on Monday, and we weren't able to come because we had a guy stop in, a friend of ours from back in Maryland. He stopped in last minute. I was ready for that meeting.
Yeah,
I was ready for that.
I need to figure out how I'm going to be doing some whooping around here. You know what I mean? Because we're going to win that thing.
Yeah.
But we might want to actually get it started soon.
Yeah, we're going to start finishing.
Okay, cool.
First start them, get them finished.
We're going to
start finishing them.
We are going to be the dead weight of this team. I have a feeling
we are not
right now.
going to be. No husband is telling you the truth, saying, I love to hear you talk. He does like to hear me talk. I know you do.
Oh,
he does like to hear me talk.
Tell
you know
why
why?
I love it. Go ahead. Tell
Because at nighttime, wait, real quick. So at nighttime, I will talk to Eric and we will lay in bed. And I'm like, oh, you want to hear something? Let me tell you something. Let me share my life. Let me share something in my heart. And you know what? I start talking and here he is. Passed out. Really?
You know, a lot of times people use those apps.
He doesn't need an app. Just me.
They use an app to go to sleep. I don't even need that.
So rude.
I just lean over and I'm like, baby.
I'm on a team with Eco Neighbor.
I'm like, just tell me what's on your mind. Tell me anything. Say whatever you want. As soon as she starts going.
Yeah. Bland's. Okay, so last night, Lisa and Danny were live. I told my Alexa to set a timer, and Lisa started talking behind her saying, I didn't get that. But Lisa didn't talk to hers. That's weird. She heard you.
Oh,
Alexa,
through the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's going on, Ricky?
Hey, Ricky, how are you? Wait, no, that's weird, though. No.
What?
Okay, Lisa and Danny were live, but LP, she wasn't on that live.
Who?
LP. She was in the chat.
Yeah.
And she told her Alexa to set a timer. And then all of a sudden, Lisa started talking behind her.
What?
That's what I'm saying. That's freaky.
That's creepy.
That's weird.
Speaking of creepy, now that we have almost 30 people here, now's the time I want to talk about this.
What are you going to talk about?
We like to promote other people's channels.
We do.
First of all,
yeah.
We talk about creepy. Go over and check out.
Go check out what?
Nunya.
Go check out Nunya. Go check out Nunya on the back 20. He's not creepy.
Nunya, Texas on the back 20. Yes, and it's not creepy
allow her to talk and you fall asleep.
It's not creepy like he's a weirdo or anything like that. But he's got a lot of those.
That's it right there.
He's got a lot of those prepper folks that are in there. And it was funny because I was in there and he's asking me to ask questions. And I'm like, I don't know what to ask. I'm just like.
He said, he's no creepy. Who is creepy? Nunya checks on the back 20. No creepy. Sorry. It's just funny. That was good.
That was a really great accent.
Thank you. Way. Hey, Joe and Sue, Off-Grid Homestead.
What's going on?
It's Sue here. Joe's sleeping. Did he hear one of my stories and I put him to sleep too?
Yeah, you gotta get a good cup of coffee or something like Mountain Dew.
Hey, the girly. Hey, how are you? Yeah. So no, Jake has some good information over there.
Yeah, he really does. So creepy. When I say that, meaning like there's a lot of stuff,
hey,
a lot of theory, a lot of just kind of thought provoking things.
Yeah. Oh, he has the tinfoil hat. He's not creepy.
Yeah.
He's no creepy.
No, if you tune in and he's got a tinfoil hat on,
You want to listen.
you want to listen.
You want to hear it.
It reminded me of that movie Signs. You remember that movie?
Yeah, and in the end, he was right.
Oh,
he was right.
You think Jake is right?
I know he's right. He's right.
You know, the many times that we've met Jake, I've never actually asked him to take his hat off so I could see if the inside of the hat was lined with foil.
It probably was because he was coming here.
Oh,
he was probably like, these people crazy.
He bagged up,
he's laughing. Look,
he bagged up his cell phone in a foil container. That way, it doesn't transmit any signal. They can't track him. Anyway, definitely some really good information over there. Go check him out. And then also, what was it? I missed it.
He said it's the soothing, dulcet tones of Monica's voice.
I love when people use words I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Bought her husband an armchair for Christmas, and he has a nap in it every day since.
Yeah. Okay. It's quality.
Team That Sauce. We're not on Team That Sauce. We're on Team. Wait, I got to know the whole name because we changed the name at first. So we're the Soil Soldiers, but I think we're the Grow Soil. So hold on.
Yeah, it was Grow Soil Soldiers.
Yeah, because I want to make sure I get it right because that's what's going to be in our hashtag when we.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't want to be
the Grow Soil Soldiers. That's what we are.
We don't want to be the dead weight.
I don't want to be the dead weight.
Well, then you got to start planting some stuff.
I'm going to plant extra stuff.
Yeah, that's some nights where I have a really long day or whatever. It's really heavy work or whatever. I tell you.
I've been in bed early the past 3 nights because he's out here doing whatever. And I'm like, I'm done. No, last night I will say I was watching Jake's live. So I was up late.
Oh, why you cut me off again? I was trying to promote people's channels.
Who else were you talking about? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You want to just,
I'm done. Who are you promoting?
Okay. The other one
Frenchie. Hey, girl.
The other one I wanted to promote.
Anne's here.
The Naked Gardeners. How you doing? Soil Soldiers.
Yes.
Come out to play. Yay.
No, it's play A. Yeah, play A. Yeah, play A. Okay.
Anyway, no.
They're on our team too.
Oh, well, thank you for coming in. We are the dead weight because we still haven't done what we're supposed to do yet.
Don't say that. We have done something. That doesn't need to be divulged. Nothing needs to be divulged.
Okay. Fair
Dulcet,
enough.
sweet and soothing sound. See, I do have a sweet and soothing sound.
Okay. Anyway, the other people that I wanted to shout out was Bar Run Forge. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to them for reaching 1,000 subs. I'm so proud of them. I'm so glad that they were able to do that. They didn't quite meet their goal because I was on their live today. They do a live every Thursday. I think it's 5:30. Does that sound about right? 5:30 Central Time.
I think that's our time. 5:30.
Okay. So
it's Tinker with Troy.
Yeah, I got in there a little bit late.
My hair's really messy tonight. I did not get it done. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm trying to promote somebody.
Hey, Jillian Carey, Belly Acres number 3. Go ahead. Come on. Talk about Troy.
Okay. Anyway, so Troy hit 1,000.
I know.
He was supposed to do a 24-hour live, remember?
Yeah. Last year, 2021.
Yes. So because they didn't meet their goal, now he got out of it. I think he set a goal because he said that it was supposed to be like right before Christmas or something. And so he got out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he did it on purpose.
You think he couldn't handle 24 hours?
Well, no, I think what he did it on purpose. So it'd be kind of like us where we say, if we can hit 700 subs in the next 24 hours, then we'll do something. But we know that we're not actually going to reach it. What do you say?
We don't need to see that stuff. Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
No, that was a good. Put that guy. Yeah, put that. There you go. That's nice. That's truth.
He can't complete a sentence in his head.
Hashtag facts.
He has to be able to complete the sentence in his head before he can speak it.
Yeah. So new folks that are in here, again, if you want your channel promoted, feel free to reach out to one of the mods, ask them to drop the link. We're very much community minded here. Try to help support each other. If you have any other kind of announcements or anything that you need, let them know. 701 for who? For Ann Dale. Now Ann even hit 7 and we didn't.
First of all, Ann Dale deserves 1,000. And so she probably is further than that.
She's nice.
She is so nice.
We talked a couple of weeks back, or was it last week? When did Blacks come on? 2 weeks ago.
Last week.
No, last week was Gagne.
2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago, we decided that anybody that comes on our live, GG doesn't know this yet, unless she watched this particular live I'm referring to. But we are going to be sending.
We're not doing that.
We're going to be sending Rocky Mountain oysters to every person that has ever been a guest on our channel. So we got all kinds of oysters
We do not.
Coming everybody's way. So anybody that's been in here that's been on our channel, make sure you let us know your addresses so we can ship it to you. Or if you
Dale was ready to back out. She was like, never mind. I ain't coming on your live.
Or if you have like an arch enemy, then send us their address and we'll send it to them.
No problem, Lisa. Take your time, girlfriend. You're at 701. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Wow, thank you guys.
I'm so excited. I was trying to find it over on my computer over here, but I can't see it. So it's not coming up. It's taking forever to upload and redo. Oh, I see it now. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you guys. Let's see how many. She said, I'm busy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, throw this up. So here's another good channel too. Harvey Black is posting it here.
Oh,
this is actually where
Harvey. I didn't see him.
Yeah, this is actually where I met Harvey. Was over at Gray Man Prepping, another great prepping channel. And you know, one of the things that we found, we'll talk to Gigi a little bit about this tonight, but prepping is really homesteading. It kind of goes hand in hand. And so when you go to people like Jake over at Nunya, Texas on the back 20, and then Gray Man, and then Camp Patton, which is Gil, and some of these other folks.
Other Gray Man. Yeah, there's two Gray Mans.
Yeah, two different Gray Mans. One's
Gray and Grey.
I was going to say that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Anyway, but that Gray Man used to be in the military. He was a medic, I believe. So he's got a lot of great information over on his channel too. And the cool thing about it is a lot of these channels, you just kind of stop in when you get the chance. Go in there. You don't have to feel like you got to be there every week unless you love them to pieces, like these folks here and us.
I know, you guys are
Although
awesome.
most of them came from
Wicked Awesome Gardening.
Brampton Gardner.
Brampton. That's right. Wicked Awesome Gardening came from Brampton Gardner.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Arizona Highland Homestead. How are you?
What's going on?
He's almost at 900. I think he may have hit 900 already today. Did you hit 900 yet, man? That is so awesome. You guys are doing so great. I love this. I love watching all the channels grow. It's kind of cool because we're kind of like in high school together. And we're all like graduating to college. And then we're going to college together. And then we're going to go to like whatever. I don't know. It's a bad analogy.
That was really bad because most people's high school experience was horrible.
No, not all of them.
Was yours great?
It was a nice high school experience.
Yeah, you're weird.
Whatever. Oh, he hit 900 today. Yay, good job.
Woo! Let's go.
That's awesome. Very cool. I'm in preschool then. You're not in preschool. You're still in school with us.
Well, there's Grace and Fire. Everybody go check them out. Fire so hard to.
Yeah, I know, Ricky. We were bouncing in the 500s. We've been bouncing in the 600s. We've been bouncing all around. So
yeah, I don't know when we haven't bounced.
No. Yep, that's true, Harvey. Everyone needs to prep food supplies. Prices are rising again. Shortages too. There's things happening all over. This is Farm School, Arizona Highland Homestead.
Yeah, I like that.
There you go.
Farm Dude, that's something we should get on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Or maybe Nick should.
I think it's fun too. I think it's awesome. I like seeing all these different milestones. I think it's great.
I thought when I first started reading what Anne wrote, I thought she was going to say something.
Hey, leave me alone.
What did he say?
He said, great illustration, Monica. Farm Injury School, Lisa said.
Oh, I know. And you know what? Maybe she can do a special first aid kit for young babies and infants, toddlers.
She's going to do a little kid one. First aid kit for pregnant women.
That's a good question, though. For the ladies that are in here who have had kids, maybe I don't know. But at the age you're in right now, just hypothetically speaking, you found out you're pregnant right now. And for the guys, if it was your significant other, your wife, you found out that they got pregnant by you. Let me be real clear about this. This is not some kind of sketchy thing. But hypothetically speaking, if you found out you're pregnant right now, how would you react?
Are you talking to me?
Well, how would you react?
I'd be very surprised. That cannot happen.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, work with me here.
You're saying if all the parts functioned normally.
Correct.
I would do the last thing I did when I found out I was pregnant with the other children.
Cry.
And then you'd be like slapping me 5, like so excited. And I'd be like, what's happening? It is what it is. And if I got time for that right there. Imagine a Promised Land shirt where Eric is looking up at a tree at a drone. That's funny.
That's funny. Right here.
Well, if you're not hungry when you start watching Leanne's channel, you will be hungry as soon as you're done.
Yeah, right there. See?
Excuse for a second.
Right up a little bit.
I'm
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
my new mom at 63. Yahoo.
There you go. There you go.
Shock.
Yeah.
I would love it. See?
Okay.
The shop is closed. I would be very rich at 62.
Okay. Well, we got a 63 up here too. So
Oh, Murph is an active god. I'm too old. Likewise, Andale. Yeah. Okay. So I think most of them are gonna be like, "What?
Where
I'm not going to talk to you all."
Okay. Where are the guys though? What would you say if your wife was pregnant? Yeah. I honestly, I would probably be pretty quick to get excited. I usually got excited when I found out.
Yeah.
I think the only time that I wasn't like really, I don't know if I'd say I wasn't excited, but scared, I think would be a better word, was when we found out by accident we weren't supposed to know. Is that what you're laughing about?
Which one is it? Which one?
Are you laughing at what I was going to say?
I think so. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. It was when I found out that Monica had a little girl inside of her. That was like a whole different thing right there. So, you know, I'm one of 4 boys, and I don't, you know, my mom was very much a tomboy. She was my baseball coach. She did a lot of stuff with me. I remember when I played football and first and second string quarterback got hurt. And then they were like, well, who can we put in there? And we're like, oh, let's take this kid that's never played football before and let him do it. So I remember Mom and I standing out back practicing all the plays.
That's cool.
Yeah. But anyway.
Congratulations on being a grandmom for the first time. That's awesome.
So yeah, congratulations. But
that would be exciting.
But yeah, I mean, I think that was the scariest for me when I found out that we were going to have Abigail, because I'm like, well, I don't even know what to do with her. This is going to be weird. So
no, I was laughing because I think it's funny because I feel like he was probably not as excited, or not excited, but I think he was caught more off guard because when I found out I was pregnant with my 5th baby, I had just I was getting ready to go for a walk with my sister. It was the evening, and I promptly took an evening test, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. Oh, that thing went off. Sorry. I think our computer died. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. That's okay. My 4th baby was only 9 months old at the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. So I come down the stairs and Eric's like, hey, well, what's the news? And I'm like, yep. And then I left for my walk. And he looked at me like, what? So that's why I told him I was pregnant. Yep. Thumbs up. And I just left. I went for my walk with my sister because I needed to get out of the house and breathe for a second. So yeah, that was fun. I was excited. Don't get me wrong. It was a shock though, because I just had a baby 9 months older. Like that was it. So I realized at that point they were going to be, 18 months apart, and it was going to be close, which isn't a big deal, and it's been a huge blessing because they are like the closest. They fight, but they don't, and all that. Hold on, let me fix the light.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna fix the light for you.
You need to get the
dog
over there whining. All right, well, yeah, Andale, that was the thing. Like, I felt like it was one of those more emotional times where, I don't know, you're supposed to like hug, congratulate each other, something. I don't know. She's like waving from a distance, like, yep, yeah, just thumbs up, and I'm going for a walk. I'll catch you later. I'm like, cool. All right.
This isn't charging.
I love you. So, anyway.
It's definitely a moment.
Definitely a moment. All right. Well, I see our special guest is sitting in our green room. And so, as I mentioned last week, this is typically where
she's in the basement.
Try to make fun of people or say things that they can't, refute or yell at me for saying, because they're just behind looking at me. And anyway, they feel awkward and they start smiling. It's like a mercy smile. I don't know.
They feel bad for you?
Yeah, they feel bad for me because I don't get to talk very often.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's see. So we were going to bring up our special guest, and let's see if we can get her up in here.
Hey, this doesn't work well.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Let me see. You're not muted on my side. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you if you can hear me.
You can't hear me?
Oh, you know what?
You muted her.
I didn't mute her. It was one of the kids was playing with the laptop earlier. I'm sorry about that.
Was it really one of the kids?
Yeah.
Well, either that or maybe Monica's playing jokes on me.
I'm not. You try to get out of here.
Well, hello. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am so wonderful. I got to tell you, you have a wonderful smile.
Thank
Every
you.
time I was watching you on your lives and things like that, it was just so infectious. Yeah, it just made me smile. I'm like, I'm going to go watch Gigi for a few minutes and just get a smile on. That way, when the boss comes by, he thinks I'm happy with him for a few minutes or something. I don't know.
Aw.
So that was wonderful. And also, I wanted to mention that I love your logo.
Thank you. My daughter actually made this logo.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got the peace sign because I'm always saying peace for whatever.
Uh-huh.
And the little leaves sticking up there. So yeah, my daughter is kind of the artist and she designed the logo for me. She initially she was saying, when I told her what my vision was, she was saying, Mom, that is gonna look so ridiculous. And I was like, do it anyway. And so when she got it done, I loved it. And I was like, perfect. So it had to kind of grow on her, but I knew what I wanted to see, but yeah, she did it for me.
Well, I mean, I think that's it sometimes, right? And that's the way you, what do you call it? Brand. You start branding yourself a certain way. It's kind of like, I don't know. Do you know who Daz is with my Aussie Kitchen and Garden?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, that's good. So, with him, his beard is his thing and his logo, just like, as soon as you see it in the chat, you know exactly who that is.
Right.
Yeah. So this is Monica.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I've been working on his lighting because he's got to have proper lighting for his face.
Well, you got to do it.
I was trying to do the same thing. I had this. Well, you can probably see it like right there. It's like really weird. You see a little bit of rays coming down. So I had to kind of shift myself to get away from that because it was coming like right here. So
yeah, I did a live earlier in my it's funny because I normally do a live we do a live here, I guess, every week, but I did a live in my VIP group for my direct sales earlier. And I was doing like a trivia game and I was in the dining room. The like light from the ceiling fan was all shining down on my face. I was washed out. And I kept thinking, if Eric saw how washed out I was, he'd be like, no, fix it. But like these ladies didn't care. They're just wanting to play trivia and win some prizes and have some fun. So they couldn't care less what I look like. They were just wanting to laugh with me. So we had fun.
Understood.
Yep.
But a lot of times we go back and watch our videos, and so I really just try to make sure that I'm sitting in front of the window here. But obviously it's nighttime right now, and so I was like, "Dang, that light is gonna look horrible." I just thought the ring light alone was just gonna look horrible, but I think it's okay.
It looks good.
Yeah.
No, you're doing great, and as a matter of fact, I don't see the ring in your eye.
Cool.
Because you know how like a lot of times people they have with glasses, it's hard to get that away from the reflection. But no, I didn't even know you had a ring light on.
Yeah.
Great.
It's funny because
I can't use my ring light on Monday mornings. I can't wear my glasses on Monday mornings because of that.
Yeah.
For the podcast, because the ring light's like in my glasses. Sorry, go ahead.
It's a struggle for you.
Say what you're going to say. I know. To put my contacts in at like 8 a.m., yes. And to wear them the rest of the day, yes. That is a struggle. Because they get all dried out and like it. Anyway, go ahead. What you're going to say.
So, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say because Monica distracted me again.
Oh.
She's really good at this. So we were binge watching as we usually do. We go back and try to start watching a lot of videos from folks that we're going to bring up. And, that's really the objective a lot of times with our lives is try to bring people that we don't typically have contact with and hopefully, be able to build a relationship with them, but also to help, again, grow everybody's channels and things like that. And so that's why one of the reasons I wanted to reach out to you. But when we started watching some of these videos, it really was quite intriguing to me, some of the different things you were doing. One of the things was the honey the honey infused, whatever it was. I can't remember what you put in the honey. What was that?
So there's lots of things that I put in honey. So it's typically an herb. Okay. So one of the ones that I made just recently and that I gave to my husband today, he was feeling high stress today. And so he was like, just nothing's working, nothing is working. So a few weeks back, I made a tincture that has garden sage, just the regular green sage, and it also has the pineapple sage, along with the little pink pineapple sage blooms. So I'm not sure if that's the one that you were referring to in the honey, but that is amazing for stress release and relaxation. So that was one of the things that I gave him today, and he was like, wow, that was incredible. So
did you add that into the, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one. Did you add it into the honey, or did you make it, so you made like a honey tincture?
That's right. We make a lot of honey tinctures. We make a lot of tinctures with vodka as well. They will both preserve your, for a very long time. They'll just preserve for a very long time. So we're still working on some of the ones that we had from 2020. Mm-hmm. So, if you put it in honey, you put it in vodka, you just know that it's going to preserve for a long time. So I take a lot of herbs from my garden and I use those. One of the things that I love to put honey in is red onion. It's amazing. It is like a antimicrobial, antibacterial. So if you start getting sore throats, a lot of congestion, then you take some of these tinctures and you're feeling better so much faster than you do when you're taking other things.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's funny because I didn't really think about the honey. I mean, it makes so much sense because I even have the honey. I have onion and honey right now sitting on my counter. And I just chopped them up instead of making them in slices. I just chopped it up. But that's something I'm learning more about as time goes on, because that's what I want to do for my husband and my kids. Obviously, I do homeopathy and oils, but I feel like I need to branch out beyond. And we do gemotherapy. We've done tinctures and things like that, but I've not made a lot of my own. So that's where I'm really interested in branching out, which is one of the reasons why when Eric said something about your channel, he's like, yeah, so I found this channel. It was GG's Naturals. I'm like, yeah. I've found that. So what happened was a lot of times.
Are you trying to say you found it first?
So what happens is a lot of times I find people, I put it in our queue, like I'll watch stuff and then he'll be like, oh yeah, I found this. I don't know how they came up. And I'm like, yeah, we subbed to them because I start watching stuff and then he'll go back and watch and be like, I like this channel. And so it's cool because there's two of us kind of watching so many different people. It's fun to when we both come across the same person and we're both like, we really like this. We really like what they're doing. And I think it was the pomelo. Is that called a pomelo?
Yeah, it is.
I think one of the first lives I saw you do was the pomelo when you like pulled it out and you had it. It was like massive. You're like, and you were just holding it like it was a sweet little baby.
Yeah.
And you were just like, and I'm like, what in the goodness? So then of course I'm like looking up pomelo all over YouTube, trying to find out what this is. I'm telling my kids all about it. And then I even asked Sherry and Bobby on Black's Tropical about it because I had just seen your video literally 2 days before. And I was like, it was awesome looking. Like it was the coolest thing because I do not like grapefruit. And they were like, no, it don't taste like grapefruit though. And I'm like, because grapefruit tastes bitter to me.
Yeah. So we have, that's one of the trees that we have is the pomelo and the grapefruit. We have both of them. So the pomelo, the taste of the pomelo is a lot more mild than the grapefruit. So where you get a lot of the bitter of the grapefruit, you really don't have that with the pomelo. So it is like the mother of the grapefruit.
Okay. What other trees do you have? Where are you at?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I can't. Should I ask you what trees where you have now or the trees that you're taking? Because aren't you?
Just ask me what I don't have, kind of, sort of.
Give me your top 10 trees that you have.
Okay, so my top 10, I have a Centennial Variegated Kumquat, which just became one of my favorite.
Wait, was that
one of my favorite?
Was that all one tree name?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that was one tree name.
Can you say that again?
Centennial Variegated Kumquat. So when things are
Very
variegated, they have like the little stripes on them.
Ooh.
So that's the type of kumquat that I have, and it became one of my favorite this year. So it's still so small. It's still a little baby, but it was like pumping out all of this fruit. And so I let some of it stay on there until it got to be like really, really ripe. And it was just so much better once it got really, really ripe. So so that kumquat, definitely my Meyer lemon. I have 2 Meyer lemon trees actually. Oh gosh, I'm just thinking citrus. All of this citrus. I've just got citrus on my mind. So I do. Let's run down the citrus trees. All right, let's go.
He said you got a money tree. Jillian Carey over at Belly Acres number 3 said you got a money tree.
I wish. I wish. So we have the kumquat, the pomelo, the Meyer lemon, the Eureka lemon. I have a lemon. A lime, the key lime, the lime quat, tangerines, which is one of my absolute favorite fruit. So that's 7 of my citrus so far. Then we have a tangelo. Is it a tangelo? Gosh, I don't know. But we also have different types of berries. We have blueberries. I have strawberries growing. I have raspberries, which will take over your entire yard, but they are delicious. And they are actually the variety of raspberries that goes black when they're ready instead of red. And so they're very, very sweet. Yeah, when they're red, they taste horrible. But when they turn black, that's when they're really, really sweet. So we have those. Gosh, we have stuff out there that I've just forgotten about. Pears. We have pear trees. We have peaches. So lots of trees.
GG, this kind of reminds me of a conversation I had with a coworker one time.
Uh-huh.
We were very young, and at that point in time, every time I turned around, this man had a new vehicle, and I had asked him, and we were in our probably early 30s, and I said to him, his name was James. I said, James, just out of curiosity, how many cars have you had in your lifetime? And he kind of sounded like you do right now, where he was trying to recall all the different cars. When you were going through a list and you're like, I feel like I'm missing some. See, this is what happens when I try to tell people how many kids I have.
So wrong. Your children are in the
chat. Because some of them are here at the house, and then some of them are out at my sister's farm. So, we've been moving things because we'll be moving soon. So it's just, we have so much stuff. And I am not even close to being done. That's the crazy part about it. I'm not
do you have any apricot?
I don't have apricots. I have satsumas. I have ponderosa lemon, 2 pear trees.
Right now I feel like she's just making names up. None of this makes sense to me.
I promise I'm not.
He's not a tree guy, though. See, he wants to be a tree guy. Like he wanted to be a horse guy, and he got on a horse and he got thrown off. He wants to be a tree guy, and this man, he tries so hard to grow trees. And every time he grows trees, this Texas weather says, not today, mister. And then his trees decide to die. And so he's not been very, now we do have peach trees out there, and they grow these cute little seeded peaches. They were this big. They were like little donut peaches.
Yeah.
And all the bugs ate them this year. All of them.
Yeah, they got me too.
The wasp got them so bad. I wouldn't even go near the tree. I was like, nope, that's not me.
I don't know. I really don't know what got my peach tree this year, but I had a couple of peaches on there, and this was like I guess the first full year that it was in the ground, and so it, something ate them. I saw something, it was probably worms burrowing in the peaches. So we didn't get any peaches this year, but it was first year, so I really didn't expect any anyways. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, so you're taking your trees now and you're moving some of them, or your plan is to move as many as possible over to the new property. Now, you're sharing that property with your sister?
No. Actually, we're just sitting things there until we find our property. So
Got it.
yeah.
So currently, are you all how big is your property you're living at now? If you don't mind me.
This property is like a third of an acre.
Okay. And so are you trying to move to a larger piece, or are you just trying to move? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you trying to build a homestead, or what's the idea?
Absolutely.
It's our natural homestead.
Yeah, we've got to have several places, to go if necessary. We live in a crazy world, and so we definitely wanted to have a bigger piece of property because we live very, very close to the city right now. And so we want to get out away from the city, get into the country life, because it's been a while for us since we were in the country, and we absolutely love it. So we're just trying to get back out there now. So yeah.
Are you originally from the country?
I grew up in Georgia, in South Georgia, and yeah, my town was pretty country. But I've been gone from there since I was like 20 years old. So the last 25 years, for the most part, I've been here in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. And that's kind of why I was asking that too. I don't know if you know much about our background, but we lived just outside of Baltimore City up in Maryland. And we just left living in a townhouse and moved down onto a farm. And, the idea originally was just so that we could do what we wanted to do. And we didn't really know what that meant at the time, but it's kind of transformed into this homesteading thing of raising our own food, raising our own vegetables and gardening. And, so this is all new to us. And we're always, even though Monica gives me a hard time about these trees, I'm just trying.
He does have lemon trees going still in the greenhouse. They're like his new babies. They're his new babies. So we're praying for those. Because he's trying.
I'm trying.
Lemon trees are they're a really great start because if you can give it the right environment, then it's going to be pretty awesome for you. That lemon tree is going to really show you a lot of love. Once it starts to get established, once it's nice and strong, then it'll be able to deal with some of the cold weathers that you have. Maybe not the polar vortex, but it'll definitely deal with a lot of the colder temperatures, because it gets cold here in Tallahassee, believe it or not. We were down to 30 the other day, and our big lemon trees are just like, carry on,
Yeah.
And we leave most of our trees, we are going to leave them out. We're going to let them get acclimated to whatever our area is. As much as possible. And then, when it gets a little bit colder, they're still fine. If they're so young that we have to protect them, we just typically keep all of our little bed sheets from our children growing up, from, their little toddler beds to their bigger beds. We keep some of those things so that we can cover our palm trees when they're younger, and also cover the young citrus trees. But for the most part, we're going to leave them out there, and we're going to let them be great. You've got to get strong on your own, because, if it gets cold one day and we just can't get out there to you, I need you to still survive. So,
yeah, that's true.
Now, do you cover them from the top down, or because?
Yes. Okay. A lot of times we will cover with the sheets, we'll cover from the top down, but then, we'll mulch around the base of the plant as well, just depending on how cold it's going to get. Over the last, I would say 4 years, we have not had a real winter. So for it to get into, I don't even recall it getting into the 20s. like into the low 20s, I'll say that, over the last 4 years. At Christmas time, when I was telling my friends at Christmas time, I told everybody, hey, come down. We're going to have an ugly sweater competition, and, we're going to do all this cool stuff. The kids are outside running their little hearts out. They are having a blast in the backyard. And then we get out there and run and have a great time with them. And so they were driving down, and my phone just kept ringing, and they were like, these sweaters are so hot. And I'm like, if you don't take that sweater off, like it's 70 something, almost 80 degrees, take the sweater off until we do the competition, So it at Christmas time down here, it was in the high 70s this year. It's just like that sometimes. A lot. Lately.
You're in Florida, right?
Tallahassee.
Yep, Tallahassee now.
The very northern part of Florida.
So you didn't really leave Georgia too far. You were kind of
not far at all.
You're like, I'm gonna skip right on over the border here and just kind of go on down.
Like a little over 2 hours away from my hometown. My mom still lives there. His mom still lives there. So
nice.
Yeah, we try to not go too far away. And then now, especially that they're much older now, I'm glad we are not like in Miami or something. So
yeah, we're figuring that out too. It's funny because my dad just moved down here in August. And so really excited because my sister and I are here, and my dad moved down here in August, and my mom is still in Maryland. And she, my last living our last living grandparent, my grandfather is in Maryland with her. And she called me last night, and she's like, okay, and he's sick. He went to the hospital, but he's back now. He's good. And it just made me think, oh my gosh, they're too far. Like I can't go do anything. And, we've had that happen a few times. Eric's grandmother, we lost his grandmother last year, and it wasn't like anything we could do. You just feel so helpless when you can't do something when they're so far. So it's kind of nice to be within a few hours, because that is a nice window of you can get there if you need to.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. So as much as sometimes we want to be far, sometimes it's nice to be a little closer if we can.
Yeah.
So. I think Eric was happy that we were really far from my mom. No, I'm just
No.
My mom listens. It's okay, Mom. We love you, and we're glad that you visit. So thank you.
No, that's one thing I had to say that living on a homestead, it's hard to take time to think about what you don't have because you're just so consumed with everything.
Yeah.
We talk about this, GG, periodically, that vacations really aren't even a thing. Well, this past summer, Monica took some of the kids to the beach over in over Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, we went to South Carolina where my mom has a house, and we enjoyed a vacation for 10 days, and it was amazing. And I can't stop talking about it because I loved it.
Yeah, well, but for us, it's very difficult because of course we have the garden, and I don't know how it is in Florida, but here you can't turn your back on the garden in Texas because that sun will eat it up in a matter of a day and a half, 2 days. And
That's
so,
right.
So every day, myself and my 19-year-old at the time, we were out there running around trying to take care of them and the animals. But it's tough. It's a tough lifestyle it's tough, but it's rewarding, I would say, especially when you're growing your own things. You don't want to turn your back on them for a second.
That's true. That's true.
With your garden and stuff, do you dehydrate and do all those things too?
Yes. So I do. As a matter of fact, my dehydrator is going on my counter right now.
Nice.
I had a lot of cayenne peppers this year, so got to dehydrate all the cayenne peppers, and I do still have some of. Like today, I harvested the black radishes. That was my first time ever growing those. Mm-hmm. So I harvested those today, and I have them next going to the dehydrator because some of them I want to pickle them, and then others I just want to dehydrate them. I like tasting things in different ways just to kind of see like what's my favorite. For instance, when I was growing the bell peppers, I had no idea that bell peppers are sweet, very, very sweet when you dehydrate them. I had no idea. If I wouldn't have done it, then I would have never known. Bananas, much sweeter to me when they are dehydrated.
Yeah.
So we just try to do a variety of things to make sure that, you know, we give the kids like different experiences on things.
Yeah.
And to also just try things for ourselves and see what type of ways we can make sure that we can put things to the side, put foods to the side. I just stored away about 4 totes of extra food just off of things that I've canned. So we definitely try to be prepared as much as possible. So I definitely have to just do as much as I can.
Yeah.
In the space that we're in, like this house has a ton of space. This house is huge. It's way too big for us. We only have one child left here now. So it's like, well, what do we do with all this house? We don't need all this house. We barely go upstairs, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah.
So look at awesome gardening. Danny said, how about hot peppers? Do they get hotter when you dehydrate them?
I didn't feel like they did. I didn't feel like the peppers got any hotter. They were just hot and they were just hot. Yeah. So one of the things that my daughter and I did yesterday was we made wings, because I don't know if you guys know, but wings are very, very expensive. If you go to a restaurant to buy wings right now, you are paying $12 and $13 here in Tallahassee for a 10-piece wing at a drive-through restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
It is crazy. It is insane. So one of the things that we did was we went to Sam's Club. We bought a big bag of wings, and they've gone up to like $35 now.
Oh my word.
The 10-pound bags of wings that we normally would pay like $20 for. They're now $35. And so we made our own wings, and I made a habanero. I had a lot of habaneros too. Oh my gosh, I have so many peppers. Hot peppers. And so I made a mango habanero sauce for the wings. And so we finally got an opportunity to try it out on the wings. And like my mom say, see if it kind of calmed down. It didn't. They're just hot. They're just, you know, very, very, very hot, but it's delicious.
Well, one thing I'll say based, you know, on the question about the dehydration. Now, we dehydrate peppers, and a few years ago,
2 years ago, 2020.
2020, we kept our peppers in the ground until, was it like at the end of November or early December?
It was the end of November. It was one of our first real videos that we did for YouTube that we edited and we actually put on YouTube. And so it was November when we were pulling our peppers. Yeah. And they were in the ground fully. Yeah. I was picking them constantly.
Oh my gosh.
We had.
Oh, is it going to die?
It's dying.
Oh, go ahead.
I get it. That's what ours just did.
We can.
National shortage on chicken wings along with other chicken parts. That's what Old Speed's Farm said. Yeah, I believe it. Sam's Club didn't have any raw chicken for sale when I was there last week. Yeah, it's definitely getting more expensive to buy meat.
Well, I think,
and those things.
And I think this goes back to the question earlier that Leanne had asked, and that was about, she made it was a statement. It wasn't necessarily a what do you call a question, and that is about the food. The food right now. I don't necessarily know that it's really a shortage, to be honest with you. I think they're doing that in a way to drive the prices up, because there's a lot of farmers. There's other YouTube videos you can watch where they do talk about different meats. And there's a lot of ranchers out there right now that have a lot of animals that they don't know what to do with. And the reason why is because a lot of the meat can be gotten from, Mexico or further south, like Brazil and things like that, where they're able to get it at a much cheaper price. And the reason why they can get it from a cheaper price is because the grains and all that stuff is so expensive that they can't get it. So they're basically unloading all of their beef and livestock because they can't afford to feed them. And so what I would suggest is reach out to some local folks. Even if you just see a farmer out in the field, stop and talk to them. Ask them, ask them if they have any cattle that they sell, if they sell processed cattle.
Or go to the feed store and see if
Or
they
you-
know people.
Or you go to the feed store. Yeah,
the feed
for
store
sure.
people almost always know people that are local that are selling, or go to your local butcher. There are meat markets out in the country and other places, that you can go to. Sorry, you threw me off when you made us all big and Gigi's still there. I'm like, what did you do?
Well, I figured instead of
She's
watching the empty chair, while
I know, but I wanted to make sure
getting,
she's, yeah. So
well,
anyway,
she doesn't know.
well, Grace and Fire, I see plenty of meat in my Costco, but when we went to Walmart, it was empty and Costco prices were the same. I just don't get it. Yeah. And some of that's interesting to me too, because I'm noticing that the clubs like the Sam's and the Costco, oh, she's back. The Sam's and the Costco are keeping it kind of the similar. So
Yeah.
So I think I left my charger outside.
oh my gosh.
That's okay. Do you need to run
But I
in?
have my cell phone, so I can come back up on my cell phone.
Okay.
Okay.
You have the link? Do you have the link on your cell phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'll just put me in the green room and I'll be right back.
We'll see you come right back.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, geez.
Boom. She's gone. And then we'll put her right back when she comes back up. So
Oh,
anyway.
I think she was staying on.
No, she said, put me in the green room and she'll come right back. See, she won't come right back.
Oh, okay.
She coming right back. It says, it's chilly out there. He just goes out getting our first run of meat chickens this March. Yeah. And see, it's good to know those things. We can't even get a local butcher to process our beef because they swap each other. They're swamped with other customers. It's true.
Right. And so we schedule our pigs like 6 months in advance. We schedule our cows about 9 months in advance. But again, local butchers or sometimes these smaller businesses, these cattle ranches or whatever, have that stuff stored away in a freezer somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for us, sometimes we process 2 at a time. It's not because we really need to, but we know that we have to do something with the cow.
Yep.
And so we will sell ours because we need it out of our freezer to make room for.
Well, Stuart says, just talking about barter today, fixing tractors to trade for meat. And that's perfect.
That's right.
Yeah. Order from Meat from Bland's, grass-fed deliciousness. I'm hoping to get it better than last time, Jake. I'm hoping it better than last time because I feel like there were some little spots of little chewy parts in our, little spots in there, a little bit of gristle or something. I don't know. Most chicks I ever did was once a 60. That's a lot of work. 300. Yeah, it is.
That's
right.
That's a lot.
Ready?
That's a lot.
Bring her back up.
There. And, we did, I think the most chickens we ever did was 75.
So we ordered 75. We had 38 make it, I think, from our batch. And then we had a couple more. So I think we ended up processing like 50 at that time. And because we did it with some friends and that was a lot. 50 was a lot. And we had like 4 families here helping.
I'll never do it again.
We had at least 8 adults helping with like 50 chickens.
Look, she stepped away to get her phone and she lost her glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, here she's back. This is like Superman. Superman coming out of the
you didn't know.
Out of the phone booth and didn't realize that he had his cape on still or something.
We just figured her out.
Okay.
That's true. And Gear says sometimes you gotta drive 2 or 3 hours for a good butcher that'll work with you and work you in. And I will say having those relationships with your butchers or your people that do know other people that can get the meat or the whatever it is important. I just called my butcher today and was like, look, I'm bringing in 3 hogs on Saturday of next week. I need to ask you a question. My parents don't eat a lot of sugar. They don't eat any sugar. And so I was wondering if you had a sugar-free recipe that you could use in your breakfast sausage so that they could eat it. Because we get all this pork processed and then our parents don't even eat it because there's sugar in it, and some of it anyway. And so I wanted to make sure that we were, mindful of that. And so they were really sweet. And because they know me, she was like, let me check with the owner and I'll call you back. And so that's the kind of relationship. If you build those relationships with your local butcher, your local processors, whatever it is, if you're trying to get animal in, ask them if they have a list, get on that list, because when you talk to them and you remember that they're people running a business too, you might get the call and they can squeeze you in and stuff. So it's important to do that.
So Gigi, a question for you. We'll get back to interviewing you since you're the guest. Monica had to
I was filling the space. I was
finishing
finishing my thought.
So where you live, the way that you live, is that strange to people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty strange to people because, recognize that we are in a consumer society, and we're trying our best to not be as much a part of it anymore. We've had our time, we've done all of the everything that we wanted to do, and now we want to relax some. It's like for however many years, my husband is like, look, I have been working since I was like 13, 12, 13 years old. And it's always been just go, 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 go. And I think that's why he has a lot of problems with learning how to calm down now, and it manifests itself in anxiety. So we're over it. We're really over it. And a lot of people are like, you're going to do what? You're going to sell that house to go live where? So yeah, they think we are nuts. Our families think we are nuts. But what has happened over the last couple of years is that they've gone more from thinking, these people are a little bit crazy, to, oh my gosh, I just bought my first apple tree, or I just bought, some vegetables, or I bought some seeds, and I'm getting all these pictures. And I'm not sure if you saw my live yesterday, but my sister, has started to garden. She actually bought the farm, and she started to gardening. She has animals now.
She got pigs and chicks, right?
Yeah, have pigs and chicks now. So they're not looking at us like we're so crazy anymore. They're seeing the food prices shooting through the roof, just like we do now. They're seeing the shortages happen. So yeah, we've been through our share of what the heck are y'all doing, but we could care less. We don't care at all. We are doing what's going to be best for us. We've gone through having our kids, raising our kids. Our youngest daughter is 16, almost 17. So we've done what we were supposed to do. We've had everything that we've wanted, and now we just want to live for us. We want to do what we want to do at this point.
I think that the interesting thing about that is too,
That's a good point.
For people, I think you and I are probably roughly around the same age based upon some of your numbers that you threw out there earlier. Being away from home for 25 years or whatever, I kind of, calculate. So I think we're right around the same age. But I feel like for me now, my dad is from a farm. That's where he grew up. But by the time I was around my grandparents, they really weren't growing a whole lot. And for me, and I think the problem a lot of times with people who don't grow their own anything is, because you always hear this, I got a black thumb. But the thing is that I feel like because everything has always been so readily available, we feel like growing our own, whether it be meat or vegetables or fruit, is so out of our reach. Like there's no way that we could possibly do that. And right. And so I know that for us, when we were leaving a city type atmosphere and coming to the farm, our family asked us, like, what are you going to do with 10 acres? And I was like, we'll put cows on it. And they're like, well, what do you know about cows? And I was like, I don't know, but we can learn, can't we? And so it was, because of my personality, it was more like, oh, you don't think I can do this? You better watch out. So, but not everybody has that type of drive, and not everybody has that sense of or support, I guess you could say, to do something like that. And I think it's so important for us, like you're doing, where you're talking about you're doing things so that your kids can experience it. I always tell my kids, if you don't want to live on a farm when you grow up, that's okay. If you don't want to grow your own food, that's okay. If you don't want to live off the land like we're trying to do, that's okay. But I can tell you this, that with everything that you're experiencing, you will be able to take what you're learning. And if something does happen, you will be able to survive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is a great point. And, I try to talk to my two older daughters who are more, I'm not going to be outside. And, but the more we go and visit my sister, they are like, oh, I want to live I want to be out here. You know, their life is in the city, but they just feel at peace when we go out there. And I think everybody needs that now because there's so much happening. And, you know, when you're in the city and you just want to go to the grocery store, and yeah, it'll take you 15 minutes to get to the grocery store from where we'll live in the country. However, if you try to drive across town here, that's an entire hour. You know,
Yep.
like the traffic is maddening at times. It's maddening. And it's definitely stressful. So when we go out to the country and then we come back on the drive back, I'm like, let me just enjoy this drive. Let me enjoy it, because once we hit Tallahassee, it is just wild.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just wild once you have been driving at just a normal pace on the highway, and then you hit Tallahassee, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it feels so different. The energy is just different. It's overwhelming, you know, when you've been out there. And I understand now why some people just go out there and they just stay out there. I understand it now.
It's true. Well, I think it's hard too because, you know, Eric, we live here. We live an hour outside of Dallas. So we can drive and chill and do our thing on the weekends. And then I feel bad because then Eric has to get in the car Monday morning at 6 a.m. and drive into city. And it's Dallas.
Yeah.
It's craziness. It's
Yeah.
just constant. And I mean, I've been driving into Dallas off and on the past month or so for different things that we've had to do. And that is nothing compared to what he has to deal with, I'm sure. And so, yeah, it's definitely, I like living in the country a lot more than I probably thought I was going to, and probably a lot
Yeah.
more than all my people up in Maryland thought I was going to, because, you know, we lived in a townhome.
Yeah.
You know, we're used to being in the suburbs and being able to drive 3 minutes to go see whoever we wanted to see.
Yeah.
Our supermarket was 5 minutes away. It was easy.
Yeah.
And living out somewhere is harder.
Yeah.
It's more work.
Yeah. And
But
I
it doesn't mean
understand
we can't do
it definitely is going to be work, because we do want a larger property. So, and right now it is hard to find land. It's hard to
Yeah,
find
it is.
land right now, especially in the area that we want to be in. Because, you know, we consider all of the great stuff like low taxes and all of that. We just love it.
Mhm.
And so when we are comparing what we're paying to be in this house here and the amount that we pay for taxes, we are just like, holy crap, like we've been doing this. This is what we've really been doing. And then I'm looking at my sister with all this land out there, and she is like, you know, I only paid this much in tax. You know? So we just want all of that great stuff. We want all of that good stuff.
Yeah. We said working for yourself keeps you young. That's right. It's true. It does. It keeps you, I think it ages our face sometimes. I feel aged much more. The past 8 years, I feel aged.
That's just because you're getting old.
I'm just getting old. But I will say that, hey, Wendy, I will say that I enjoy living out in the country a million times more than I did ever living in the suburbs. And even though I had all my family and friends there, I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't go back there and live there, not unless the Lord wanted me to.
Yeah. 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 I think a lot of my is still, you know, they want to be convenient to all these different things, because we're convenient to everything, but it's just not as important as peace anymore. It's just not.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you know, when you were talking about your husband there, that it resonated with me because, you know, the job that I'm working right now, I basically started when I was 19. And, you know, it's funny, when I was up in Baltimore area, I had just moved down to Dallas, and they were saying that the top two most congested and heavy traffic areas was DC and Dallas. And I was thinking, well, I'm glad I'm not working downtown Dallas. And now I'm working downtown Dallas. And it's
Wow.
like, you know, it just takes so much out of you just sitting in a car that, you know, you were talking about like your husband and how he feels anxious or whatever it is. You know, for me, I think that it's a constant battle, maybe if I can say that I'm not angry, because I just get angry. It's like as soon as I get out of the car, it's like I've just wasted another hour and a half of my life
Yeah.
sitting in traffic following somebody. And you know, it's really only, you know, it's like 35 miles from where we live,
Yeah, it's not that far.
and it takes me an hour and a half to get there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's bad sometimes. We know if he's had a good drive or not. If he comes in and he's like chatting with us for a minute, if he like literally puts his stuff down and disappears for a few minutes, I'm like, Dad needs to decompress. Give him a few minutes to just unwind. And so we can hear him in the bedroom listening to a YouTube video. I'm like, oh, okay, he's cool now. Give him a few minutes on YouTube to decompress. But that's you got to do sometimes.
Eco Neighbor does not come in the house. He will sit in the car, and you know, sometimes that can take 30 minutes, sometimes that can take an hour for him to just bring it all the way down. You know, he doesn't even come in our house once he is done with the traffic. It's like, okay, you got the stress of the job, and then when you leave the job, now you got the stress of the drive, you know, an hour trying to get home. So
yeah,
he's just like, I can't come in right now. You know, I just need to just chill all the way out, and then I can come in. So typically when I'm on live, he'll make it here, and I'll tell my friends on live, hey, he's sitting outside right now. You know, he is out there because he's literally got to decompress before he comes into the house. So I just let him have that time. You know, if he calls for me, then I'll go out and, you know, we'll sit out in the car for a little while and chat it up. But I
Uh-oh, you jammed up. Is she still jammed?
I don't know.
Can you hear? I can hear you a little bit.
I think we're still strong on our side.
I'm looking on my computer over here to see if she's buffering over there. I'm like
looking.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, good. I was like, oh man, I was listening to what she was saying. It was good. Okay, so oh, she's coming back. I hear you a little bit. She does look good in that pose. I agree, Leanne. She looks good. Okay, you look good in your pose though. Okay, now you're back. I see you moving. Well, you know what's funny is that I didn't know, even watching some of your videos, I didn't know that you were like powerhouse couple, like YouTube couple. Like we got like Nunya Texas on the back 20, Jake, and little Frenchie and Big Texas, and then I was like telling Eric, I was like, Eric, GG. I was like, is she related to Eco Neighbor? He's like, I don't know. I was like, wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure Eco Neighbor is her husband. He's like, what? I'm like, Eco Neighbor. Literally, I'm pretty sure they're married. How did I miss this? Like, I've watched their videos. How did I miss this? And then I saw your video when you were like transporting your stuff, and you were like, Eco, you said by we, I mean he, or Eco got it done. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I went back and I'm like, duh, right there. He's in a video. It's both of them sitting on a live. Had I not know that, didn't catch until the shampoo interview.
Well, Eco and I are like so different. We're so different that he has, you know, his view of the entire yard. And so he videos from that view. And they have a totally different view. And so a lot of people, you know, for a long time that we were even videoing on the same yard. Because we have different perspectives, you know, we just see things differently.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because you do have two different, you can see your perspectives are different. It's funny because here I'm watching his video and he's like, y'all, the mosquitoes. And I'm like, yeah, dude, the mosquitoes. I feel you. I feel you with the mosquitoes. It was like a thing. You got to go watch it. It's a little short. Anyway. And then I was like, and then I'm listening to Gigi talk. And then I was like, oh my gosh, they're married. Are you serious? Mine was blown. It was blown. I was like, how did I not know they were married? How did I miss that? But yeah, no, because he's all like going, let's go. Which is funny because you're saying how he has to decompress. And I'm like, okay, because I've seen videos of him in the chat and Instagram. He's in the car and he's trying to get all pumped up. And I'm like, he's just trying to get himself pumped up because he's probably driving to work and he's hating his life. And I'm thinking about my husband and I'm watching him. And now it comes full circle. I realize that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I hate work. This is great.
Yeah.
Him and Eric. He's just another version of Eric.
Let me put out a little inspiration for a second here.
Yep.
And I saw Growing with Hudson say he's alligator man, and she's right. He loves alligators.
That's cool. Well, and that's the thing. You guys, I like that so much that you have different perspectives. You have different, or the vision or what you see and the kind of, yeah, it's neat. I mean, you can see that in the videos that Eric and I do. We do different videos and you can see sometimes when I edit versus what he edits. Eric will do a video and he's like, I have this 35-minute long video, Monica, talking about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, dude, nobody gonna watch that 25-minute, 35-minute, 85-minute video.
No.
So he likes,
not true.
I'm all like, hey, I'm gonna do a quick video. It's gonna be a recipe video. And it was like 15 minutes when it started, and I get it down to 6 because I'm gonna montage everything.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let's get this done. Boom. And so you can see who's editing whose video. It's true. It's all true though.
Understood. And see, I am more I do everything on my cell phone. Don't try to get me to do it on I do it. Yeah. I go live on my laptop, but otherwise, I don't offer me new softwares and new music and all of that stuff. I don't want it. I don't want any of it. I want it simplified as much as possible so that I can go on with my life. And this is why I do a weekly live because I hate editing videos. So the video that I did today with the radishes, it's like, one of 2 videos that I've done in an entire month. So I just don't prefer to put a lot of time into editing videos or anything. I just want to talk to my friends. And then when I'm done talking to my friends, I want it to be over. I have to even remind myself to go in and link your video to another one of your videos, like put an end on it or something like that. Because typically once I'm done with the live, I'm like, my job is done, like, I'm done.
Yeah, I leave a lot of our lives hanging. I don't even go back and write descriptions in our live. I don't do anything with our lives half the time on Thursdays. And I probably should remember to do more with them. And, I could probably even go back and put cards in them when we're referencing other stuff. I don't know.
I know. Like, I hate doing that. I hate doing any of it. So,
that was the thing that I noticed about Gigi is I was trying to get some of the descriptions on her videos and there's nothing there. And I'm like, hey, when you almost have 4,000 subscribers and you don't even write a description, you're just confident in what you got going on. It's like, just watch it if you want. If you don't, just goodbye.
It's just your personality. She got it.
I mean, I'm coming on. I love my friends. I want to talk to my friends, and let's have our social hour. And then, let's go on. Let's go on with life. I want to go out to the garden.
Yeah.
I hear you.
That's true. Oh, that's a good thing, Gear. Thank you. Gear grinding. Gear grinding keeps us on our toes every week because he likes to make sure we're on time. That's a good idea. I'm gonna go back and put my guest channel link in all my lives. Good call. I'm gonna go do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I always talk about everybody before the day, but I need to be going back and finishing. Hey, Marino, how are you? Yes. So
in your description of your channel, not on the description of the videos, we just cleared that up that you don't believe in doing that. But I did see that you guys were trying to be self-sufficient. So what is the big dream? This property that you get, if it could be everything you want it, what are you trying to accomplish?
Okay. So like I said, I like growing. I like being outside. So I definitely want all the fruit trees that I can handle. I want more than I can actually handle when it comes to fruit trees because I just love fruit. Um, fruit is like my favorite out of everything. Like, if even if I decide that I'm just not cooking dinner for whatever reason, I go to fruit. I can just grab it, clean it up, and sit and watch a movie, eat some fruit. Like, I love fruit. So I want a orchard, with just a variety of fruit trees. We definitely are getting chickens. My sister has the pigs, and she is going to. I am definitely a treeaholic, a fruit treeaholic too. So my sister is going to breed the pigs, and so I don't know if I want to bring like the daily duties of having a pig onto our land. I was looking at, definitely, my husband wants rabbits, for assisting the family. So
She can't say it.
Rabbits, chickens, rabbits, goats, probably. Yeah, so we definitely, one of the things that I also do is I make soap. And, we have not had to buy soap for years because that's one of the things that I do is I make all of our soap. So I want to have a nice herb garden so that we can continue with have things around that can help us when we get sick. Like, I really want to go all in on making sure that we can, if things just shut down, if we can't get any more deliveries, if the truckers are standing their ground or whatever, we'll still be okay on our property.
I agree.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's the best way to be. And that's the best mindset to have going into anything.
Yeah. And the big thing that we try to encourage.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the things that we try to push a lot as well, and we actually did a collaborative effort with Ormsby Farm, was about homesteading 101. And one of the things that Monica spoke about in the video that we did was about pacing yourself and making sure that you're doing the research to pick the right animals, because a lot of times people, they jump into it and they just list all this stuff they want. One of the things that we've learned, especially here recently, is find those people that you can work with and don't try to take on the whole project yourself. Like you said, if your sister is doing pigs and you have all the fruits and vegetables to bring to the table, and, you have somebody else that does goats, or they do, whatever. I mean, I think that's really the heart of homesteading anyway, is finding people that are like-minded and being able to trade with them. Is the video that I dropped last week was about a pig that we had bartered with, and the guy, Jake, that's in here, the Nunya, Texas, on the back 20, didn't realize that we were going to give the pig to him. But I mean, it was the right thing to do, obviously, because of how much he's given to us. But, that's bartering at its finest right there.
Yeah. And so that's exactly the mindset that we have. We want to make sure that we cover all bases. She's probably going to have a few cows. She's talking about horses. I don't want anything else that I have to take care of on a daily basis. So I'm going to let her have that. I don't want anything to do with that. I want the animals that are pretty self-sufficient, So I was telling my husband, I was watching this one guy, my husband and I, on YouTube, and the guy was putting in the same pen and letting the chickens do all the scratching and, get all of the good fertilizer going in the areas where the chickens and rabbits are together. And he was saying, this is the best fertilizer that we have ever had, is using the chickens to do all of the churning of the rabbit poo and the chicken poo combined. So, if we could do something like that, that's simple enough for me. I don't know about, I want goats, but I've heard some things about goats that make me kind of second guess that. So,
because they're crazy.
My sister is, wants to go, trying all types of things. So I'm going to let her do that. And then, I'll be providing, some of the, a lot of the tinctures, the soaps, what are that we're going to do. So she's actually making a lot of friends, other farmers that are out there. She is actually making a lot of friends, and they've only been there for a few months. So she's getting things. I think she met a vet out there.
Good.
And I know she's met several farmers, and that's where she got the pigs from. So, she's the little social butterfly, probably a little bit more than I am. And so I'm using her for that.
Well, that's good. Be resourceful.
Yeah. So
that's what you have to do. You use what you got, and you come together with people that are like-minded, whether it's family or not, and you figure it out and do it together, because then it makes the best outcome in the end.
Yeah. And we have other friends who also are coming in. One of the things on the video, Eric saw my daughter shooting for the first time, shooting the little 22. And he was like, make sure that you get somebody who is really good with guns. I was like, yeah, we have a team member who is actually, he's law enforcement currently. So he's kind of one of our trainers for shooting, but we don't have him available every time we're going to shoot. So he just happened to be available that day. So it's just you and Mom. Let's go for it. Let's just go for it today.
There you go. Well, GG, we're up against time. We try to be as diligent as we can. I enjoyed very much speaking with you.
Our time went really fast.
It did. Sometimes it just goes too fast. And, it's the guests that you bring on, and you're just kind of like hearing crickets because you're dragging things out of their mouth to say. But that certainly was not you. I think we got along wonderfully. For people who don't know, we're in the MIG Grow Off with GG. We're on the same team, right?
Yeah.
All
right. She's on Eco's team, which is cool because I didn't know a lot of that back.
Wait a minute. Is that how she won?
No, I don't think she was on. You weren't on Eco's team last year, were you? You were on. Whose team were you on last year?
We were actually individuals last year.
So,
but
that's why everybody wanted her though. Like everybody was like, when Eco got her, he was like, yeah, like everybody was like, oh, and I was like, I know she's like the bomb, but like he was real excited. I was like, excuse me, and then I was like, that makes so much sense. So it's like super powerhouse.
The way it played out was just like, I was like, wait a minute, am I gonna be on his team? Because
she didn't want to be there.
My friend Turf Therapy was vying really, really hard to get me on, and I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. And then my husband is like, it would be so funny if you ended up on my team. And then the way it played out, it was like, holy crap. I literally am the last person chosen through this system that there was no way to cheat it, Yeah. It was just like
she was literally the last.
And it was put where literally the last person, and it was on his team. So, we just thought it was pretty funny. So, again, we do things very, very different. And so we're just going to just go for what we know. And, but last year we were individuals. I think there was maybe 6 of us total. And we just went for it and we just did our thing. We grew whatever we wanted to grow in a container. And, it just turned out that I was number one. I loved it.
There's all kinds of stuff. See, there's so many backstories we don't know about. So I'm trying to still like catch up on some of this because I got somebody saying something about at least you're not on the murdering team. And then I was trying to claim GG equals like, wait a minute now. We want GG. Yeah. So that's okay. We got all kinds of Grow Soil soldiers in this chat right now. So we're excited. I was excited because I had only just seen Broke Farmer. Like the only one I really seen because of course I'm watching Ian Dale and she's like drawing a box and stuff. I'm like, I want what she's doing. What is she gonna do? I want to in. But then when I watched the video that he did, I was like, okay, this guy is really cool. He's really smart. And I don't know what this is really about, but I want a part of it. So we kind of just jumped in with our eyes closed. We were like, do it. Let's do it. But I'm really excited because just the the Instagram chat, I'm like learning about people and learning so many things. And I kind of I sit back a lot because I have my kids and I'm homeschooling all day and doing these things with the kids and we're busy, but I'm watching and I'm learning and I'm excited because it's a whole new community of people for me that I've never really met. So it's nice because I feel like cool. It's like a new team. So it's really cool. So I'm glad. I'm super glad.
Yeah. And, and the entire goal is to make sure that we are pushing each other to grow, pushing more people to just grow your own food. Make sure that you are taking care of your family, get out there, put something. I tell my sisters and my brothers, I don't care what you grow. What do you like to eat? That's what you want to put in the soil. Get growing. It doesn't matter to me what you grow. It matters that you're actually taking the steps to make sure that your family is going to be okay if the crap hits the fan. Just grow something. So
exactly.
I'm all over the place and encouraging people to just have fun with it because that's what we want to do. We want to have fun, but we want to grow at the same time. And there are lots of fantastic gardeners that entered this year. I'm so excited. Super excited.
Me too. I'm super excited.
Well, that was a great way to, I guess, end this show. I mean, I couldn't say it any better than that. It was a great conclusion.
I think she did a good job.
If you're out there and you haven't had a chance to check GG out yet, go do it.
Definitely go do it.
Don't look for any description in videos because she's just that good. She doesn't waste her time with hashtags or anything else.
Just go watch her lives because then you'll want to go watch all the other lives.
Just subscribe
and get to know her.
That's all you need to know. Just subscribe and you can go learn some stuff. But especially in Gigi's circle of friends, if you will, there's a lot of really, really intelligent, knowledgeable people that are over there. So that's what we always try to push is find people smarter than you so you can make yourself better.
Yep.
So go check her out on Instagram, Facebook. You got all that stuff as well, Gigi?
Yes, I am GG Naturals _ on Instagram. So yeah.
Bam. That's cool.
Okay. And if you haven't had a chance to check us out either, you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to us here yet, we're trying to do that. We just got over 700, so I'm sure by the end of the show, everybody would have learned their lesson. And
it'll be back to 655.
We'll be back to 655. Everybody's like, nah, these guys are talking about a whole lot of nothing. That's why we can't go there anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, but we really, really do appreciate you stopping in here and being willing to talk to us. And I guess, well, we can be slackers on this because you got the champ on our team. So just let her win it, and we'll just claim the crown at the end with her.
Claim that we're winning it because we're on the winning team.
Yes. Gigi, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.
Hey, who likes good teammates that are gonna like help win as a team?
Farmers do,
and farmers' wives do. Go grow soil soldiers. Boom, baby. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, Gigi.
There you go. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
And let me ask you a question.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Who likes awesome interviews on a Thursday night? Gigi does.
Thank you.
All right.
See you guys later.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Everybody have a great night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.